Good morning. This is Michelle on, I can't even remember the name of the channel. It's so early. Michelle's life on repeat. And I'm here to tell you I didn't sleep much last night. Maybe 2, maybe 3 hours. It's one of those insomnia nights that tells me a migraine is forthcoming. So I tried everything to prevent it. I did my medicines, I did my tea. I sat downstairs and read. I flopped, I flipped. I changed bedrooms because I didn't want to wake my husband up. He gets up early for work. And I went into the darkest room in the house and I curled up and I put my little earplugs in, and then I add on top of that my Bose noise canceling, and I turn on it and I just go, oh, so peaceful, so quiet. I hear nothing. I hear not even my own thoughts, not even my heartbeat. And I go down and I think, darkness, silence, I'm going to sleep. But you all know how that works, right? Sometimes your body decides what it wants to do, and you just get to go along for the ride. So this morning, just starting the coffee. Cheers. Messing up my dew here. May the coffee be strong with you today. What do you do when you know a migraine is coming? For me, I generally have a bunch of symptoms that tell me a hemiplegic migraine is coming. When I'm having a different type of migraine, I get different auras, and they come sooner before the actual pain attack part starts. So example, I get hemiplegic migraines on my left side of me only. Once I had some tingling on my right side, but primarily left-sided of my body is affected, from my skull to my toes, including the bladder, including the colon, including the stomach muscles, trying to use them to sit up, to get out of bed. If they don't want to work, you get someone to help you out of the bed. Those affect my left side. All the other types of migraines that I deal with, the migraines with auras, migraines without auras, the cluster headaches, and sometimes occipital neuralgia. It starts at the base of my skull, and it's like someone's got some ropes and they are tugging and tugging and tugging to pull down anything that might be attached. And it pulls and it pulls, and the nerve goes up to the eye, and it hurts so bad. And it's just my eye will droop, it'll throb. There'll be fire that goes through the brain. They all get described differently. Those are a constant feeling of pain when those happen. And I do everything to make the neck relax. I do physical therapy with a therapist. I do exercises at home. I take medications. I have lidocaine patches I put on my neck. I have creams and I have rubs. And I have pills that I take when eventually the muscles won't relax. The cluster headaches, they come on when they feel like. It's probably been 3 months since I've had a cluster attack. When I do get them, they're about 3 or 4 days, about the same time every day, and they will be right about here. And it is like a lightning bolt that goes, I could trace it on my head. It goes zigzag point. And it hits over and over and over. and to the point where you are embarrassed if you're in public because the first words out of your mouth are, "Oh shit," or "Oh crap," or you just don't want to be around someone else. Your first response, whatever it is, comes flying out of your mouth. Your hand goes to your head and you just start to weep. And the pain is like someone got a pickaxe, those and is jabbing it through at the same time that the lightning bolt is striking. And just when you kind of catch your breath, it stops. Maybe 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. And then it will randomly happen again. And it will do this throughout the day for, I think the most it's been is like a week at a time. But it's cycles. And you never know when the cycle will kick off again. Like I said, I think it's been 3 months. My family says I have a hard time with remembering bad experiences in the past. 2008, when we had the market crash, it was a hard year for us. But in 2009 or 2010, when someone and I were talking, and they asked, how the years have been. It's been a while. Oh, they've been great. Everything's going good. My mind always wants to remember the good. And my husband will say, "Don't you remember what happened in 2008? Don't you remember? Where were you when we were living through that hardship?" But I think that's just part of my personality. I'm a half full glass instead of a half empty glass. I try to find the good and I try to block out the bad after you've dealt with what you can deal with. But as far as those cluster headaches, I don't know when they show up and I don't know what triggers them. The other headaches did we cover? We don't need to think too much this morning. In fact, let's think about coffee. Oh, glorious. Today when I was making the coffee, I had unscrewed the jar with all the grounds in it, and I normally take the precise measure. I just dump the grounds in and a little bit more just in case. It was just one of those kind of mornings. I'm sure you've been there before. But for me, I know that a hemiplegic migraine will be coming today because of the symptoms that are leading up to it. So if I go backwards in time, looking at my calendar, here we are today. Here I am early morning telling you that I'm going to have a migraine. Last night was insomnia. It was itching at all random spots all over my body. It was restlessness. It was thirstiness, having to get up and get another drink. It was having to go to the bathroom. It was being cold. It was being hot. It was being irritated. It was these little cigarette burns that go feeling on your skin all over. And then it was also my left-sided leg, my foot arch will burn and make you want to curl up your feet, your toes, and go, ah. And it happens behind my left knee. And then as I was sitting on the rocking chair trying to read a book yesterday, I could feel the tingling of the arm and that semi-numb feeling starting. So we have this morning, we have those symptoms yesterday, but if you go back one more day before that, for me, there is a burst of energy. My body, it may feel sore from living with fibromyalgia, but the brain feels like it can conquer anything. It's not a Superman, put your cape on, I can do anything. Euphoria, that's not what I have. I have the feeling that all the things that I want to accomplish are possible instead of practical. They're possible. I feel good, my head's not dizzy or it's not pounding, and Bella hasn't alerted me. Therefore, I will get in my car and I will go run those errands. I will pick up the coffee. I will go into the store for those 2 things that we needed. I'll run to the bank. I'll run. Don't forget the dog food. Oh yeah, and then we gotta, and in the midst of that over hyper busyness, I forget to eat. So I will have to run and get some protein right fast, else I will crash. So I'll usually have to drive through a drive-through, and we don't eat out at fast food, but my saving grace is McDonald's single kids child hamburgers with extra pickles. And I can get 2 of those and be revived from crashing and be able to make it home. So there's that. And then on these days prior out, there's also symptoms of me craving things that I don't normally crave. Things that, I'm a sweet tooth, like my cakes, like my pies, like ice creams, candies. Did I say I like my cakes? So I really, really love my cakes. In fact, wedding cake, the best, wedding cakes. But I will crave things that aren't my norm. So I start to crave salty, and I start to crave very high potassium based things. I have a history of my potassium dropping out on me, flushing out of my system while I have hemiplegic migraines. And when I'm over busy in my days back over here, I don't hydrate enough, so the potassium is even lower. I have to daily supplement my potassium. This is per my doctor, so you do what your doctor tells you to. But I have to daily supplement my potassium. I have a large water that I fill up, and it has powdered Gatorade in it, not right now, but in the afternoon. And it also has a liquid pour-in hydration. Reach for these on my shelf. Liquid IV, they're called. Hydration Multiplier Electrolyte Drink Mixes. You don't need an IV. Don't be deceived. They just go into your water bottle or your water cup. They come in single serve packets. You can take them in your purse, put them in the car, put them, when you go to the gym, whenever you think you're gonna need it. What they supplement me with, is looking for my glasses, I'll do my best here, is sodium 21%, potassium 11%, carbohydrates 4%. It gives you vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, iron, niacin, B12, B6, pantothenic acid, and phosphorus. So those are what I add with my Gatorade. Stir it up, drink that in the middle of the afternoon, or drink it when I start to crave salty things. Actually, my body will just crave a Gatorade. I don't drink it unless my body's craving it. So that's a good indicator that it is time to get ready for a migraine. Well, there is much more that I want to share with you. I want to share with you the different phases of a migraine. I wanted to share with you what hemiplegia looks like when it attacks me. It attacks everyone a little bit differently. And we can have some more sessions where we talk about those things. But for now, I think the coffee cup's almost empty. The sun finally came out, and I think I'm ready to go back to bed. Thanks for listening. Thanks for spending your time with me on Michelle's Life on Repeat. Repeat it again and again and again. Thank you.